Buddy, welcome to our was this number 4th 2025 Topps Pro debut hobby break. We have 2 more boxes on the way here. So for those interested, we have number 5 sold out and number 6 sold out as well. Number 5 will be tomorrow, and number 6 will probably be Friday because I'll skip Thanksgiving. Wait, hold on. I'm missing something. Something's not right. Let me check my schedule. Where is it at? Did I still have another update? Oh, yes, I did. Wednesday will be a Topps update break. That's the day I was missing. So, I'm actively looking around for some more pro debuts since they sell out very quickly. We have a lot of reserve spots. And I have one place I'm looking at. The only thing that was a bit of a bummer was that it was having paid shipping. But it might still be okay. So there is a possibility in the very near future I'll have another break. So for today's break, however, we have, I just got George's payment. I'll mark that off on my end. George. Okay, for today's break we have Scott with the Orioles, we have Bill with the Red Sox and Padres, Michael S. with the Yankees, Rays, and I thought it was the Cardinals, but it is not the Cardinals, is it? Phillies. We have Christian with the Jays, Tigers, Brewers, and Pirates. We have Tim F. with the White Sox, Benson B. with the Guardians and the Royals, Jeffrey R. with the Twins, David R. with the Astros, Jeremy H. with the Angels, George with the A's, Marlins, Cardinals, and Rockies, Jesse with the Mariners, and Jesse K with the Diamondbacks, Sherman with the Rangers, Brian H. with the Braves, Francisco with the Mets and Dodgers, Andrew K. with the Nets, Brian K. with the Cubs, Mitch with the Reds, and Roger with the Giants, Arizona, and Seattle. Alright, we'll see. We didn't get anything fancy with either of those teams yesterday, so as I said yesterday, we're due. Guess I should pop my checklist open too for the probably about 3 or so names that I keep getting confused on at this point. But I'm improving every day with this product, bit by bit, until I run out and then none of it matters anymore. 2025. Okay, here we go. Brooklyn is the Mets? Okay. Yeah, there's a couple Mets. There's some players that are like either the Mets or the A's or the Guardians. Those 3 teams kind of trip me up sometimes. There was more on the Rangers that tripped me up, but I'm going to remember today Yeremy Cabrera is a Ranger. I looked it up 3 times yesterday. We ain't doing that again. Okay. Let's go. Alright. This is one I used to not know, but now I do. Luis Morales for the A's. It's Ryan Stafford, Orioles. Levy Sterling, Pirates. Carson Rucker, Tigers. Jesus Madi, Brewers. Henry Ramos, Royals. Spencer Nivens, he's the Royals, I believe. Right? I think he's the Royals. I'm going with that. Jackson Ferris, Dodgers. Cole Fontenelle, Angels. Braylon Doty, Guardians. Caleb Durbin, Brewers. Colt Emerson, Mariners for sure. I don't think we pulled a single Colt Emerson yesterday. Fenwick Trimble, Marlins. Blake Burke, Brewers. Drafted, we have Hagen Smith, first rounder of the White Sox. That'll be for Tim. We have Michael Arroyo, League Elites. That'll be Mariners for Jesse as well. And then we have, is that who I thought it was? As it was, Connor Griffin. Very nice blue parallel for Christian. Christian had some pretty good Brewer parallels yesterday. Today, first round, Connor Griffin, Pittsburgh. One of the big names still in the minors of the 2024 class. A lot of them have made an impact already. 46 of 150. A paper Levy Sterling for the Pirates hanging around in there. Chrome Yohandy Morales, Nationals for Andrew. Hyung-Chan Royals for Benson. Cam Caminiti, first rounder for the Braves for Brian. Chase Dolander, Rockies for George. Henry Ramos, Royals for Benson. And Braden Montgomery, first round pick for currently the White Sox for Tim. Drafted by the Red Sox, however. This is very nice Griffin. Hagen Smith. Ooh, something shiny. Is that X-Factor? I think it's X-Factor. Hagen Smith, White Sox. Eshedri Vargas, Rangers. Yohandy Morales, Nationals. Hyung-Chan Royals. We just pulled these chromes. Cam Caminiti, Braves. Caleb Bonemer, White Sox. Robert Calles, Rockies. Joffrey Solano, Marlins. Jacob Cozart, Cleveland. Luke Adams, Brewers. Jack Penny, Tigers. Bryce Rayner, Tigers. Chase Davis, Cardinals. J.J. Weatherholt, Cardinals. And a Victor Rodriguez, he is of the Dodgers. Green of 99. That'll be for Francisco. And an X-Factor will be of Lazaro Montes. There's a nice one for Seattle. One of their top prospects. There you go, Jesse. And we have a Kevin McGonigal star insert for the Tigers. And then this is probably an auto. Ooh, it's a gold of 50 of Cash Mayfield. San Diego for Bill. Look at that. He was a first round pick for San Diego. And that'll be going to Bill. Usually Francisco has the Padres. Shame he didn't get that one. Padres is his team. Paper green. Cash money. Alright, we got Chrome JD Dix, first round pick for the Diamondbacks for Jesse. We have Robert Calles, Colorado Rockies for George. Emiliano Teodo, Rangers for Sherman. Zero Hope of the Dodgers for Francisco. Kevin McGonigal, Tigers for Christian. And Tyson Lewis, Cincinnati Reds. That one will be for Mitch. McGonigal. You're not on this one? I guess not. Message retracted. You're probably on the one tomorrow, most likely. That's number 5. Number 1, yeah, he's pretty high up there. Alright, we have Malcolm Moore, Texas. Christopher Familia, Yankees. Walker Jenkins, Twins. Ty Suthasine, Cubs. Jonathan Santucci, Mets. Bryce Cunningham, Yankees. Juan Baez, Brewers. Cooper Pratt, Brewers. Emiliano Teodo, Rangers. Michael Arroyo, Mariners. Jared Sundstrom, now the Mariners, I remember. Gerald Perez, White Sox. Sam Antonacci, White Sox. And Arjun Nimala, Jays. And then a Lisbel Diaz of 75 for the Giants. That'll be for Roger. Alright, it's an Aqua. And we have ballpark promos of Brady House, Nationals for Andrew. Then a shiny of 50 gold of Bryce Matthews, Houston. That'll be for David. Very nice. Nice chrome there. And then an auto, I guess, of Nick Morabito, who I believe is the Mets. I think. But it's one of the players I forget all the time. So, make sure. I'm telling you, he's either the Mets or the A's. He is the Mets. Got it. Nail it. Our two chromes are pretty good prospects here. We'll be able to sneak that down there. Alright, Chrome, we have Malcolm Moore, first rounder for the Rangers for Sherman. Marvin Alcantara, Red Sox for Bill. Walker Jenkins, the Twins. That'll be for Jeffrey. Ryan Sloan of the Mariners for Jesse. Ryan Stafford, Orioles for Scott. And Yoendry Vargas, Dodgers for Francisco. Nazan Zanatello, Red Sox. Trey Morgan, Rays. Joe Vitrano, Dodgers. Nathan Fowling, Rays. Brailer Guerrero, Rays. Anglet Urania, Yankees. Bryce Matthews, Astros. Kalen Culpepper, Twins. JD Dix, Diamondbacks. Ewan Cespedes, Red Sox. Josh Coretta Grauer, A's. James Tibbs, Giants. Alexander Albertus, White Sox. Leo DeVree, Padres. PJ Morlando, Marlins. And we have a parallel 299 Luke Cashel of the Minnesota Twins. That'll be for Jeffrey. It is purple, and this corner's not 100% perfect. No, it's got a little bend in it. That's unfortunate. And then we have Colson Montgomery, legal leads for the White Sox. For Tim. A Seaver King for the Nats, hanging around. And then Chrome. We have Nick Montgomery, Chrome for the Braves for Brian. Levy Sterling of the Pirates for Christian. Esteban Gonzalez. Now here's one of them I get confused by. I think he's either an Angel or a Guardian. Esteban Gonzalez. Okay, Guardian. For Benson. Alexander Albertus, White Sox for Tim. Leo DeVree for the Padres for Bill, and PJ Morlando, Marlins for George. So that's a good Leo DeVrees. Colson. We have George Walco, White Sox. Braylon Payne, Brewers. Nick McLean, White Sox. Connor Griffin, Pirates. Shang-In Lin, Reds. Nick Kurtz of the A's. Christian Campbell, Red Sox. Jonah Tong, Mets. Braylon Morrell, Rangers. Bernard Moon, Reds. Jason Churio, Cleveland. Carter Matheson, Phillies. Sebastian Walcott, Rangers. Victor Rodriguez, Dodgers. And Chase Dollander of the Rockies. Here's a star insert of J.J. Weatherholt of St. Louis. That'll be for George. And then a green Gage Miller, Green Wave of 80 of 99, that'll be the Marlins for George. Of 25, orange of Brooks Brannon. Auto of the Red Sox for Bill. Now we beat our of 50 with an of 25 in this box. Very nice, very nice. We have Jesus Mahdi, Chrome, also good Chrome for the Brewers for Christian. Caleb Dermott, another good Chrome for the Brewers for Christian. Spencer Nivens, Royals for Brenton. Brother Morel, Rangers for Sherman. George Walco, White Sox for Tim. And Jason Churio, Cleveland for Benson. Some good Chrome names so far. Alright, final auto, final pack. Ivan Luciano, Diamondbacks. Hyun-Suk Jang, Dodgers. Sean Keys, Jays. Bryce McCage, Brewers. Baron Ledesma, Rockies. Cole Messina, Rockies. Carson DeMartini, Phillies. Kyle Henley, Reds. Braden Montgomery, White Sox. Zero Hope, Dodgers. Kevin McGonigal, Tigers. Tyson Lewis, Reds. Ryan Sloan, Mariners. Rodney Green, A's. And Yoendry Vargas, Dodgers. Then of 175, Sparkle will be Nick Montgomery of the Atlanta Braves for Brian. Ballpark promos, Colt Emerson, Seattle for Jesse. And this looks interesting. It looks gold. This is a different. Future Milestones. Auto. Jesus Madi, 24 of 50. That is a great hit. Look at that. So we got a 50 and a 50 and a 25. Auto. But this one, I think, is cooler even than our 25. Look at that. That's pretty cool. And it's gold. Put our future cornerstones right there. Very nice box of autos. Chrome and Luke Cashel for the Twins. For Jeffrey. Hagen Smith for the White Sox. For Tim. Eshodri Vargas of the Rangers. For Sherman. Rodney Green of the Yays. For George. Sebastian Walcott, Rangers for Sherman. And Cobb Hightower, Padres for Bill. Alright, well, some good stuff there. 3 very cool low-numbered autos. Christian got like 3 autos with the Brewers yesterday in our break, including our only chrome auto we've seen, and today got another very nice one. Brewers have worked out for Christian for sure, and he got a Connor Griffin for the Pirates. Getting into box number 2. Alrighty. Hello. Alright, Nick McLean, White Sox. Connor Griffin, Pirates. Shang-En Lin, Reds. Nick Kurtz, A's. Christian Campbell, Red Sox. Jonah Tong, Mets. Ivan Luciano, D-backs. Sebastian Walcott, Rangers. Victor Rodriguez, Dodgers. Chase Dollander, Rockies. Kyle Henley, Reds. Brady Montgomery, White Sox. Azir Hope, Dodgers. Kevin McGonigal, Tigers. And Tyson Lewis, Reds. Of $2.99 will be Agustin Ramirez for George on the Marlins. Purple. Let's see what else we got. Max Clark, League Elites with a... Is that a bad corner? Yeah, it's a real bad corner down there. Detroit for Christian. Random Lazaro Montes, chillin' for the Mariners. And that's Chrome time. Okay. Chrome, we have Marcelo Meyer, Red Sox for Bill. Edgardo Quintero, Dodgers for Francisco. Riku Nishida, White Sox for Tim. Cole Fontenelle, Angels for Jeremy. Blake Mitchell, Royals for Benson. And Josh Carone, Mariners for Jesse. You're not breaking tonight? Doesn't look like so. It'll be on tomorrow's break, I believe. The pro debut. As a Twins, I believe. We have Hyun-Seok Jang, Dodgers. Sean Keys, Jays. Bryce McCage, Brewers. Bayron Ledesma, Rockies. Cole Messina, Rockies. Carson DeMartini, Phillies. Luis Morales, A's. Ryan Stafford, Orioles. Ryan Sloan, Mariners. Rodney Green, A's. Yondre Vargas, Dodgers. Cole Fontenelle, Angels. Braylon Doty, Cleveland. And Caleb Durbin, Milwaukee. There's a Carlos Pena. The Tulsa Drillers, I assume that's the Tampa Bay Rays system. It's for Michael. We have Chase DeLauder, star insert for the Cleveland Guardians. For Benson. And here's a black parallel, which would be of 10. That's going to be Kaviris Tears, San Diego Padres, for Bill. He was a 4th round pick. And then we have Carter Johnson. It's Chrome. So we got Chrome Auto here. 2nd rounder for the Marlins, 69 of 99. More sweet autos for us today. So that'll be for George. Our Black of Tanya. We have Slade Caldwell, Arizona. That is for Jesse. Cole Mathis, Cubs for Brian. Ramon Ramirez, Royals for Benson. Dylan Head, Miami for George. Cody Freeman, Rangers for Sherman. And Andrew Painter of the Phillies for Michael. I have not seen an Andrew Salas, so I'm thinking he is not in this product. Unless I have just had some crazy luck and not seen him, but I don't think so. I mean, I have the checklist right here. What am I talking about? No, he's not in this product. We have Levy Sterling, Pirates. Carson Rucker, Tigers. Jesus Madi, Brewers. Henry Ramos, Royals. Spencer Nivens, Royals. Jackson Ferris, Dodgers. 25 Bowman Chrome. That's a good question. I have my list here. My tier list on my phone. I can confirm that real quick. I don't think so. I'm looking at the list. I don't see any of these names that are in here. So I can confidently... No. Elian Pena is in this set. He was a Chrome first in Bowman Chrome. But most of the rest of them does not look like it. Just Elian Pena that I am seeing here. Yep. The rest of the names, nope. Colt Emerson, Mariners. Fenwick Trimble, Marlins. Blake Burke, Brewers. Jacob Cozart, Guardians. Luke Adams, Brewers. Jack Penny, Tigers. Bryce Rayner, Tigers. Chase Davis, Cardinals. And JJ Weatherholt, Cardinals. We have it of 199 of the man, number 1, Travis Bazzana of Cleveland for Benson. So there's a nice one for Benson. A fuchsia, Travis Bazzana. Ballpark promos, Jose De Paula of the Dodgers for Francisco. And we have Kadeem Diaw auto. Looks like a base auto. Minnesota Twins. That one goes to Jeffrey. Alright, we have Yofri Solano, Chrome for the Marlins for George. Demuri Pena, Minnesota Twins for Jeffrey. Carson Rucker, Tigers for Christian. Cole Carrig, Rockies for George. Travis Sikora, Nationals for Andrew. And Jack Penny of the Tigers for Christian. What do we have? 6 autos, 2 to go in our last 3 packs. Hagen Smith, White Sox. Estrella Vargas, Rangers. Yohandy Morales, Nationals. Youngchan Royals. Cam Caminiti, Braves. Caleb Bonemer, White Sox. Robert Calaz, Rockies. Juan Baez, Brewers. Cooper Pratt, Brewers. Emiliano Teodo, Rangers. Michael Arroyo, Mariners. Jared Sundstrom, Mariners. Adriel Perez, White Sox. And a Ryan Waldschmidt, first round pick of 175 for the Diamondbacks. There we go. It's actually, I feel like this is like the first hit Diamondback I've seen actually. And it's their first round pick. They got JD Dix and Ryan Waldschmidt in this set. So there you go, Jesse. We got you something. We have drafted Chase Burns, Cincinnati Reds for Mitch. We have a League Elite of Roman Anthony. What number? Let's see. It is of 175. It is 085 of 175. The Elite Roman Anthony Boston Red Sox for Bill. And then an Aqua Chrome of Yolfran Castillo of the Rangers, 64/75 for Sherman. Okay, that's our lowest number. That's up here anyway. Alright, here's a paper Luis Morales for the Pirates. Sorry, not Pirates. Dalton Rushing, Chrome for the Dodgers for Francisco. Jonathan Long of the Cubs for Brian. Walker Janik, Astros for David. Jeremy Rodriguez and Mets for Francisco. Gage Miller of the Marlins for George. And Aiden Smith of the Rays for Michael. Alright, so our last 2 packs, last 2 autos. That's better than what I usually see out of the D-backs. I haven't seen much of anything from them until now. We have another X-Fractor in this pack coming up. Joffrey Solano, Marlins. Christopher Familia, Yankees. Malcolm Moore, Rangers. Walker Janik, Twins. Ty Suthasine, Cubs. Jonathan Santucci, Mets. Bryce Cunningham, Yankees. Ty Petey, Mariners. Aaron Parker, Jays. Sam Antonacci, White Sox. Ihun Yamila, Jays. Blake Wright, Rockies. Jared Serna, Marlins. Jose Fernandez. Guardians or Diamondbacks on that one? Jose Fernandez, Diamondbacks. Johnny Formello, Mariners, and a Caleb Bonemer for our X-Fractor for the White Sox for Tim. There's a Hagen Smith star insert. White Sox for Tim. Then we have a Kyle DeBarge Chrome Auto, another Chrome Auto here. So it's 52 of 199 on our Chrome Auto, Minnesota Twins. That'll be for Jeffrey. Got a little bit of stuff I can rub off on that one. It came off pretty well. It's another Chrome Auto. Alright, now our Chrome, we have Kyle Henley, Cincinnati Reds for Mitch. Lisan Zanatello, Red Sox for Bill. Jackson Ferris, Dodgers for Francisco. Caleb Boner, White Sox for Tim. There's Lazaro Montes, Mariners for Jesse. And Luis Almeida, Baltimore for Scott. Alright, last pack of today's break. Damn. Very nice. Griffin Burkholder, Phillies. I've been pulling Twins every break, basically. Seems like Marvin Alcantara, Red Sox. Yoelfran Castillo, Rangers. Chris Cortez, Angels. Ryan Waldschmidt, D-backs. Vladimir Restituto, Brewers. Caden Kendall, Twins. Brooks Brannon, Red Sox. Alex Clemmy, Nats. Brody Brecht, Rockies. Esteban Gonzalez. We looked him up. Just looked him up, didn't we? Was it Cleveland? It is, okay. Kellen Lindsey, Dodgers. Boston Bateman, Padres. Dante Nori, Phillies. And a James Tibbs first rounder for the Giants of $2.99. Purple, that'll be for Roger. We have ballpark promos. Sam Basallo, Baltimore for Scott. And an of 199 of Ryan Stafford, Orioles for Scott. 181 of 199. And our last auto is a Hum Sok Jang of $2.99. Purple for the Dodgers goes to Francisco. Alright, we have Joe Vitrano, Dodgers again, Francisco. Sean Keys, Jays for Christian. Braylor Guerrero, Rays for Michael. Seaver King, Nationals for Andrew. Colin Houch, New York Mets for Francisco. And Charlie Condon, good one at the end. First rounder for the Rockies for George. Okay. Alright, for our 8 autos, we start off with our future cornerstones, gold of 50 of Jesus Madia of the Brewers. Then we go to our chromes. We have an of 99 chrome auto green of Carter Johnson of the Miami Marlins. And then we have a chrome of 199 of Kyle DeBarge of the Minnesota Twins. And then for our paper autos, we have an of 25 orange Brooks Brannon for the Boston Red Sox. Gold of 50, Cash Mayfield, San Diego Padres. Purple, $2.99 Hyun Sok Jang of the Dodgers. And then base auto, Kadeem Diallo, Minnesota Twins, and Nick Morabito, New York Mets. For Chrome numbered parallels, we have a black of 10 of Kavir's Tears of the Padres, gold of 50, Bryce Matthews of the Houston Astros, an aqua of 75, name please, Yulfrin Castillo of the Texas Rangers, green wave of 99, I believe that's Gage Miller of the Marlins, blue of 150 will be Connor Griffin, first rounder of the Pirates, a refractor of 199, Ryan Stafford of the Orioles, and then a purple of 250. Was this chrome? This is not chrome. This is paper. I put this in the wrong place. Put that over there. That's Luke Cashel from his Twins. Purple paper. All right, and for our paper number parallels, we have an of 75 aqua, Lisbel Diaz of the Giants. A green of 99, I believe that's Joe Vitrano of the Dodgers. A sparkle of 175, Nick Montgomery of the Braves. Sparkle of 175. This will be Ryan Waldschmidt, that's right, first rounder for the D-backs. Fuchsia of 199, we got Travis Bazzana of the Guardians. Purple of 250, we mentioned Luke Cashel of the Twins. We have James Tibbs, purple of 299 for the Giants. And is this Augustin? I can't remember. Yes, Agustin Ramirez of the Miami Marlins. So a lot of Marlins hits too. Now we have our X-Fractors. We got Lazaro Montes of the Seattle Mariners, Caleb Bonemer of the Chicago White Sox. And then our Chrome, we have Leo DeVry of the Padres, Michael Durbin of the Brewers, Jesus Medina of the Brewers, and Charlie Condon of the Rockies. Those are the highlights. That's our break today, and I'll get you guys your pictures tonight. I'll probably ship these out on Wednesday. So I'll get today's break in and tomorrow's break in. And that's the story. So look out for those pictures later this evening, and I'm hoping to decide on if I buy some more Pro Debut, maybe tonight. So maybe I'll have some more up. And actually, most of the teams are reserved, to be honest. There's literally only like 6 teams that are not reserved right now. So, unless people drop their reserves, which is always possible. So that's the story. I'll get you guys your pictures later this evening, and I'll talk to you soon. Have a good one.